Good morning. Good morning. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this daily meditation. We will continue today with our theme, presence, sitting at the heart of everything, free from everything. The two first days, Mondays and Tuesday, we explored the first part of the suggestion to sit at the heart of everything. And yesterday, we went more into the second part, to be free from everything. Looking at our stories and how to drop them. Today, we will continue to explore this second aspect, to be free from everything. Free from everything? Really? When I started meditating in the Zen tradition, I loved the idea to be free from everything. It was my goal, to be free from everything. And I put all my energy into that. Too much effort. Decades later, I wonder, to be free from everything? Is this possible? To be free once and for all? Is it not a fantasy? Is it not a delusion? Another delusion? To be honest, I don't know. What I do know is that what is possible is to free oneself step by step. We can engage in the process of freeing ourselves. Here and here and here. So how do we know in the body how it feels? How does freeness feel? I'm saying freeness in the same way Martin Aylward says freeness and not freedom. How does freeness feel? It has a taste or a fragrance. There is a little more space. There is a little more calm, a little more ease. We notice that something is coming alive. Happiness is seeping in, growing inside. Right here, at the heart of everything, holding it all, we can sense a shift. Something is shifting, uniting, aligning, beyond likes and dislikes. sitting at the heart of everything with the horror and the beauty of life. The messiness of life is still here. But our relationship to everything is shifting. This little space, this little shift, gives us the sense that everything may be okay after all. Okay. Yes. Okay. In a deep sense, to be at the heart of everything, free from everything, is about being okay. To be free from everything is to be okay with everything. I remember my teacher in Zen telling me that we needed to say yes to all. Yes to all. In Zen, we bow all the time, bowing to it all. Yes to all, bowing to it all. How do we do this? Literally and metaphorically, we bow to it all, to the pain and to the joy. Here are a few lines from the famous late poet Thich Nhat Hanh that captures this yes to all. It goes like this. It's the end of the poem. The poem is called Please Call Me by My True Names. At the end of the poem, he writes, My joy is like spring, so warm. It makes flowers bloom all over the earth. My pain is like a river of tears, so vast it fills the four oceans. Please call me by my true names, so I can hear all my cries and laughters at once, so I can see that my joy and pain are one. Please call me by my true names, so I can wake up and the door of my heart could be left open, the door of compassion. To be present at the heart of everything. We need to be resourced, to be present, and to bow to all the rich territories of life. We need to stay resourced. So let me say a few more words about resource. When we are resourced, things may not be resolved, but there is another balance. More space, hope. This is the beginning of being free from everything. When there is too much difficulty to take in, we get overwhelmed. It happens. If you are sensitive, overwhelm happens. Too much information to process. When I get overwhelmed, I freeze. I get stuck. I lose my balance. So I get to practice resource a lot. And the more we practice it, the easiest it gets. Good news. We can learn to put on the brakes of overwhelm activation and practice resource. A glimpse of resource goes a long way. So when we are meditating or in life, when we feel overwhelmed, we can practice this. It's something that I have learned at Karuna Institute when I was training as a psychotherapist. We can orient to what is okay in the body. We can orient to what is okay right now, little things, little okay sensations in the body. They don't have to be wonderful sensations, extraordinary sensations of goodness. No, little things. Perhaps the sense of your knees resting on the floor. So you ask yourself, what is okay in the body right now? And if you locate the okayness, for example, because that's what I'm feeling right now, in your knees, you bring your attention there. You rest in presence with this sense of being okay in your knees. You hang out there for a while. Resting your presence, deepening into the qualities of okayness that are right there. This is not about dissociating from the difficult stuff or distracting yourself. This is not about painting in positive colors what is not. This is about resource. A glimpse of resource goes a long way. When we are overwhelmed, overwhelm seems to take up the whole space. The difficult stuff seems to take up the whole space. But it is not really the only thing there. We can refine our attention and notice what is okay. What is okay in the body. Resource is always here. It lies at the heart of our being. Let's not miss love, the sensation of love when it seeps in. Let's not miss this little space, this little more calm, more silence, slowing down, taking it in. Okay, let's meditate. So if you need to move a little to find your seat, a comfortable position, and let's ground. Coming back to the body and sensing the ground under our body. Qualities of touching the ground, of dropping our weight on the ground. Perhaps the sensation of being carried, supported. And from that base of groundedness, stretching up through our midline, stretching up towards the sky. Connecting with our breath. Being here for our breath. Resting with our breath. resting, holding, in a gentle way, whatever is here. In our body, present, present at the heart of this breath, at the heart of this sensation. Stripping away what is not helpful, perhaps stories, dropping them, and when we drop them, noticing space, a little more space, opening up. Right here in the body. Yes, to whatever is arising in the body. Bowing. refining our presence to take in everything. The more patent, the more subtle. And if there is a shift and a little more space, a little more balance, show up in your experience. Don't miss it. Resting with it all. What is happening now in the body? A sensation, some energy unfolding. calm seeping in. Let's be here with ourselves. With life unfolding. Moment to moment. Sometimes it is good to shift our attention towards what is okay in the body, to really take in what is okay. The simple things, a little space, a little calm, that we can locate right here. A simple touch, perhaps, of our hands resting on our knees, hanging out there. Nothing to push away. Nothing to hold on to either. Dropping the push, dropping the pull. Resting in presence. At the heart of being. At the heart of life unfolding in our body. what is okay in our body right now. Simple things. Taking them in. This breath, this sensation. May we all see and take in and breathe with the beauty that is always here, despite all. So we have a little time for questions and answers. So if you have a question, you can type it in the chat in capital letters, writing questions, so that I can find your question easily. If you would like to come on screen, there's a little hand at the bottom of your screen that you can push, and George will bring you on screen. And if nothing comes up, we can just rest some more in presence. Hanging out with the flow of the moment. So I'm reading a question here from Caroline. Question: I find it a little difficult to discern the difference between hanging out, lingering with what is okay, pleasant, and avoiding what is unpleasant. I was practicing noticing both. Yeah, I know what you mean. For me, it is really good to find how to be in relationship with the good stuff, what is okay, and the less the less good stuff, the more unpleasant, the difficult stuff. So I would say that my first suggestion is to really find a way to relate to everything, sitting at the heart of everything. Then, in some moments, it can be too much. We just can't do it. And so the indication to be present to all is a little harsh, and we're just contracting. Sometimes, if we stay in the middle of that, there can be a shift. It's like going through, how do you call the hole of the needle? I don't know the word in English. And something shifts. But it also can be just too hard. And in those moments, what I suggest is to ask ourselves this question: is there something that is okay right now in the body? And there is always something okay, but it might be hidden by the difficult stuff. And so that's when I suggest when it's really too much, I suggest that we can come back to what is okay. It doesn't have to be wonderful, just okay. It doesn't even have to be pleasant. It's not about pleasant or unpleasant, just okay. And to sit with that okayness, if we hang out there for a while, then perhaps, and it almost always does when I do this with clients and with myself, something opens up. Heidi says, I'm working with difficulty with another person. Although I exercise boundaries, their choices still affect me directly and cause me suffering. I don't have a choice. I must interact with this person. I feel trapped, despite many actions to create space for myself. Please comment how to continue working with this. Well, I don't know your exact circumstances, so it's not very easy to be specific about this. Sometimes moving on is the best thing to do. When you say you must interact with this person, I'm wondering, must you really? And if you must really interact with this person, yeah, put the work on the loom. Finding space again and again. Resourcing, finding resource again and again. I have a list of resources, 10 different resources. You can do that. Pick up a piece of paper and write down all that can help. Calling a friend, taking a bath, taking a walk, and in different moments, different resources will be helpful. Again and again. I hope this is helpful. Everyone, have a peaceful day. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow.